Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'm excited to finally kick off the end of the year Best Products of 2012 makeup series. So I'm going to be doing this in, I believe, 3 parts. This one is going to be all focused on face makeup products. So let's go ahead and get started. First product I want to talk to you about is foundation, and I have found my holy grail perfect foundation, and this is the only one that I've ever felt that I wanted to go out and continuously repurchase time and time again. And this is Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus. I'm in number 35, and this, you know, it is a matte foundation, so we all kind of like different finishes with our foundations. Some might prefer a more dewy look, but I find that this is not a harsh matte foundation. It's more of a natural kind of satin finish. So it just looks natural. It doesn't look like, you know, it doesn't like make you look like a dried up old prune, you know, all shriveled up and dry looking, how some heavy duty matte foundations can be. It just looks natural and glowy, and I love it. Now for concealer, I have 2 to share with you, one for under eyes and one for face. So let's go over the under eyes one first. This is Bobbi Brown's Creamy Concealer in Natural. This is my favorite concealer. I continuously go back to it. And again, just like foundations, I have been around the block testing concealers, both drugstore and high-end. And again, I'm kind of just over the testing of new concealers all the time. This is the one that I have forever gone back to, and that's the one that I want to stay with. Now, with that said, there is a Bobbi Brown corrector, which I would be interested in using possibly along with this one. If I do purchase another under eye product, it would be the Bobbi Brown corrector. Otherwise, that is my #1 concealer right there. Now, when it comes to face concealer, this is my personal favorite. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Concealer. Now for most love, most use face brushes. That has to be these, and that's probably not a surprise if you guys have seen any of my tutorials. I love the Sedona lace brushes. You know, they're pink and they're high quality. That was like something that I struggled to find. You know, I went through several different pink brushes, and I specifically wanted pink, and they all were just crap until I came across these, and I was like, wow, these are freaking awesome. Best contour, since we just talked about contour with the brushes, this is it. And this is the Chanel Bronze Universal. While it is expensive, you know, I believe it was about 50 bucks, which seems like really, you know, like outrageous to some of you probably for one makeup item, but it really does last so long, and how it wears is just beautiful. It just, you know, I use this to contour like my cheeks, forehead, just everywhere. And you can even use it just as a regular bronzer if you just want a little sweep across the nose and cheeks. Now when it comes to highlight, most of my favorites are actually from the drugstore. So I'm going to show you my absolute most loved highlight, and that is by Hard Candy. I get these at Walmart, and this is in Pinup. It's gorgeous. It's a beautiful champagne highlight. It just leaves, it doesn't leave like an overly frosty kind of look. It's just a gorgeous glow on your cheeks. And so that is my #1. Now, I do have a couple other ones that are really good too that are from the drugstore, like this other one from Hard Candy. And this is Tiki. And it is a pretty soft kind of glowy gold shade. So that is another favorite if I want to go with kind of like a warmer sort of golden highlight. Another favorite of mine is the Happy Booster, let's see, translucent powder. And so that's another one that gives a nice, pretty, you know, glowy highlight. And especially I think that would be gorgeous on fair skin too. So I have 2 high-end highlighters that I wanted to share with you just in case, you know, someone else out there is in the market for high-end and they want to know of a really good one. So I've got 2 here. This one is Dior Amber Diamond, and it is no question a beautiful highlighter. I can't say that I personally will repurchase it because I think it's going to take me forever to get through this one. But if you're in the market for a really good high-end one, Dior Amber Diamond is gorgeous. Another one that's really beautiful is the LORAC Spotlight, or this is the Perfectly Lit in Spotlight. I think they have like 3 different colors of these. And this I kind of have like a love-hate relationship with, but it's just a gorgeous beigey glow to it. But I'm really mad because it cracked, and I'm like really careful. I didn't drop it or anything. I'm really careful with all my makeup. I try to keep it really nice and, you know, as pristine as possible. So I was really bummed that it just like cracked out of nowhere. So that was a little bit frustrating. But anyways, if you're looking for two super gorgeous highlighters that are high-end with beautiful textures, those are awesome. My two favorites are by NARS, and I love both of these equally. So this is NARS Casino, and it has more of a, like a richer, kind of more cocoa colored, you know, shade. And then this is Laguna. Laguna is a little bit lighter and a little bit cooler. So either one is gorgeous though. I love and wear them both quite often. Now I do have another one here that I really have been loving a lot. It's kind of a newer discovery, so you know I haven't been using it for a very long time, but I can see myself repurchasing this, so I did want to mention it. This is the Victoria's Secret Baked Bronzer in Goddess, and first of all, that packaging is just gorgeous. I love that kind of like beautiful rose gold sort of packaging, and the product itself is also beautiful. So it's a big bronzer, but it doesn't have like excess sparkle or anything to it. It's got, you know, subtle, really subtle, tiny, fine flecks to it, but it's not hardly noticeable at all on the skin. So it just gives, you know, a nice luminous, glowy, bronzed look. And on to the matte bronzers. So when it comes to, you know, using a bronzer as contour or whatnot, I do love my Benefit Hoola. This has been a favorite for a long time. I can't believe that I haven't hit pan on it yet because I've used it for so long and it's still going strong. But that's a beautiful cool tone matte bronzer. If you're looking for like the best cool tone matte bronzer, Benefit Hoola. Now, if you don't want to pay, you know, for kind of more of the higher end bronzers, there is another option which I really like as well. This is the NYX Matte Bronzer. They have these in different shades. Mine is in medium. And I kind of had a love-hate relationship with this first. At first I loved it, and then I noticed that it kind of had like a plasticky smell that wasn't going away. It took months for it to go away. So it did finally go away, and I did hear from other people that they didn't experience that with theirs, so it could just be maybe the batch that I got. Anyways, it is a beautiful matte bronzer, and I find that I like this a lot more than, say, the NYC Sunny Bronzer. Like, I think this is a prettier color, and you get a different, you know, different shades to choose from as well. Alright, best blush line of the entire year has to go to Tarte. Their Amazonian Clay blushes are freaking amazing. I am in love with these. Okay, so this is Exposed. That's one of my top choices. It's just a beautiful nude. And then another one that I really like is this one. This is Blissful. So it's like a peachy kind of melon shade. It's another really gorgeous one. And then if you like pink, like really pale kind of pink, like Dolly Pink, this is Doll Face, and that is just beautiful. I mean, all four of these are beautiful. I actually have 5, but these 4 are like my go-tos. I think the other one I have is Amused. It's like that brighter pink one. It's this one here. But I find that it is a bright pink, and I just don't tend to wear it quite as often, but it is beautiful. So I'll go ahead and show you that one too for anyone else there who's a fan of bright pinks. And then this one is another one of my personal favorites, which is Tipsy. If you like those kind of melon orangey shades, that's a really pretty one. Favorite MAC blushes. And let me show you like my all-time love. Like, I'm passionately, madly in love with this. This is Gingerly from MAC, and it is just, I just feel love with it. I'm so attached to this blush. If anything happened to this, I would have to go out the next day and purchase it because I wear it several times a week actually. It is a beautiful glowy tan with a bit of warmth to it. That's what makes it so beautiful. And it is a rare color for me to find that perfect shade where it's not too pigmented. It just like blends out beautifully, and this is one of their sheer tone blushes. The next one I have is Melba, and this is a matte, and again it's a similar kind of shade, but it's a little more peachy. It's a little bit more melon kind of color, but it still gives that little hint of warmth to your skin. It's just beautiful. Now if you like pink, this is my favorite MAC pink, like my favorite pink MAC blush. This is Dame. So I used to have Pink Swoon, I used to have Well Dressed, so I know there's other pink ones out there, but this is my personal favorite MAC pink blush. And since we're kind of going by brand, I wanted to throw in my #1 NARS blush, and this is it. This is NARS Madly. So I know they make several different beautiful blushes out there, but this is my personal favorite. It's just a beautiful nude blush, and it just kind of, gives that slight kind of sun-kissed look to your skin. cream blushes, I have 4 here to show you. 2 by Bobbi Brown. These are the Pot Rouge for lips and cheeks, and they look different because they are different. There are 2 different packaging types here. This was their original. I've had this one for a long time, and then this is what they switched to. It's just a plain little simple compact. So let me show you this one first. This is Cabo Coral, and I absolutely adore this blush. And it's got that kind of, that it warms up your cheeks. It's kind of just that warm kind of melon peachy shade that I love so much, and it's just gorgeous. It's gorgeous on your lips too, but I really like it as a blush. The next one is the Bobbi Brown, you know, in the compact, same product, Pot Rouge for lips and cheeks. This is Uber Beige, and it has that, you know, it's that natural kind of just nude blush, but it's really gorgeous on lips too. I like this for both. It makes a gorgeous nude lipstick. But we're not talking lips here, we're talking blush. So it warms up the cheeks, it gives you kind of like that sun-kissed sort of bronzy glow to your skin. This one is NARS Cactus Flower, and it is a beautiful kind of bright, you know, corally color, and it has these tiny, tiny fine flecks of gold to it. And it is just gorgeous. So it just takes a tiny bit, because as you can see, it is, you know, it is a bright color, it is very pigmented. So you just get a little bit on, blend it out, and it just looks, you know, warms up your face, and it just looks like summer. Now the best cream blush from the drugstore that I found would be Revlon Photo Ready, and this is in Coral Reef. And I'll tell you what, I love the color number 1. It's a beautiful bright coral shade, perfect for summer, spring, you know, any time of year. But what I love about this most is the texture. It is so creamy, so smooth, it glides on, it blends out so beautifully and flawlessly, and it sort of has that kind of drier cream to powder sort of finish. It's amazing. It seriously blew me away. I was not expecting that. I thought it was gonna be, you know, sometimes cream blushes can be a little bit wet, a little bit oily, and kind of just like, oh, I hope I don't break out, you know, as you're putting it on. And this is not like that at all. It is such a beautiful cream blush, and I so hope that Revlon will put out more colors of these this next summer. My last category for face is favorite drugstore blush discoveries. So my favorite blush, that they're just kind of like something that you just happen to see in the drugstore and you want to just pick it up and give it a try, and it turns out to be like amazing, right? So the first one is Boots number 7 in Candy Pink, and I do have other colors of this that I purchased after this. This was my very first one, but this one is still my favorite. It's just a beautiful, brightened, you know, Barbie pink. It's just so gorgeous. So this one is Sonia Kashuk in Sunset. And again, I do have other colors of this, but this one is, it was my very first one, and it is my favorite of all time. So it's just gorgeous. And again, I've done dupes, you know, a dupe video where I showed this, and it's exactly the same color as MAC Ripe Peach. Remember when that came out a few years ago? Yeah, same color right here. The next one is by Hard Candy, and this is Bombshell, and it is a beautiful blush. Again, it's one of those bronzy kind of natural blushes, and it has a little hint of rosiness to it, so it's got some rosy veins going through it. Now, it's not a matte, it does have a bit of glow to it, but it's not like frosty or anything like that. But I don't like to, you know, it is really pigmented, so I just brush it on really lightly and just buff it out, and it just warms up your cheeks, and you just end up with that beautiful kind of beach bunny sort of glow to your skin. So those were my personal picks for like the best products that I have found throughout the entire year of 2012. These are the ones that I've enjoyed using the most for face. The next videos that I'm going to be doing are going to be eyes and then lips. So I'm looking forward to those. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful. Hopefully it gave you some ideas on maybe products that you're interested in trying out. So I'll go ahead and let you go, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.